Danes view themselves as extremely open-minded, as very unbiased, as very fluid, as very flexible, and the reality is that they definitely are in some ways, but they definitely are not in others. And this is something that that can be a little bit of a point of contention, or that you can really get yourself in a lot of trouble with sometimes, because you'll start a conversation and that conversation will seem and feel like it's a very open conversation, like it's very non-judgmental, like you can really have a discussion, a debate, you can exchange opinions, and like your Danish conversational counterpart won't be offended or won't take issue. The reality is that, well, depending on the person or depending on the day, and this of course can be the truth, quite often there's an open, non-judgmental, relaxed, fluid part or layer at the top, and then the rest of it, it's quite rigid, and it is surprisingly easy to offend Danes. I ran into this when I first got here a lot with Danish women. I like to debate, I like to discuss. I have strong opinions, and I love it when other people, they'll come back to me and they'll challenge me on it, and vice versa. And so I would get into these conversations at bars with girls, talking about all sorts of things that I shouldn't. And the Danes will also jump right into conversational topics that we would never bring up in the US. So they'll bring up religion, or let me tell you about America, or what about politics? And then you start to weigh in and have an enthused discussion, and then you'll find that, or I've found that they really shut down or can get quite offended and storm off quite quickly. So it's an area to walk softly and to be delicate in. Just because they come on in a way that seems quite open doesn't necessarily mean that that's actually the case. And I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing, but it does take some getting used to, and initially it can lead to a lot of miscommunication between internationals, especially internationals from more, not expressive, but more animated cultures, if they're Spanish or American or fiery Brazilians, whatever it may be. So keep that in mind and apply it to your daily conversations. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm thrilled that you made it this far into the video. I hope you found it interesting, quirky, informative. Perhaps I answered questions that you've been wondering about for a long time, questions you didn't even know you had, or perhaps you think I'm completely full of bullshit. No matter what, I would love it if you would let me know in a comment, and if you have questions that you want me to cover or that you want me to elaborate on, I love those as well. Please subscribe, a thumbs up, a like, a share, all deeply appreciated. And of course, remember, you can always tune in The Virtual Wayfarer, where I blog about travel and these types of topics on a regular basis. Thank you, open roads, safe travels.